Howdy guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be going over the stuff that I got in my Earth Day haul. So I got some stuff, like some eco-friendly and natural makeup products, and I also got some cleaning stuff that I'm really not going to be talking about in this video, but I'll be talking about that in a separate video, I guess. So let me know if you have any questions about that stuff, or yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know how to like do a video about cleaning products. So anyways, yeah, just let me know your thoughts on that below. But let's go ahead and get into the makeup. So I'm wearing a lot of it today. I have all the root stuff on, and then I have the Aether palette, and I do not have the balmies on. So let me go ahead and talk about the Axiology lip to lid balmies. So I have 4 of them. There's a set of 3 and then this individual one. Then Axiology said you can take, it comes with this little sleeve. I keep this sleeve because it's the only thing that says what the shade names are. But it comes in this little pouch, and there's no plastic in this. You can just recycle this as paperboard, and you can take this insert out and then stick more of these in there, but then like I'm not going to know what the name is because it's not written on the actual product. But I did use these in an Instagram tutorial. I have not edited it yet, so I don't know when it's going to go up, but go check my Instagram. It's at azkaland, same way it's spelled here. And I used this middle one from that set. It's called Peach, and I take this e.l.f. small stipple brush, and I have tried to use these just drawing them on, trying to blend it out that way. It didn't really work, but I saw somebody I follow on Instagram. Her name is Midnight Weirdo. I don't know what like her actual name is, but she has used these and she used a brush, so I just take it and kind of, I don't want to get it, waste the product, but I just kind of take it like that and then tap it on my cheeks or, highlight or whatever with it. And I have tried this one and the other, the Clementine shade on my lips, and I did not really like the effect. It kind of settled into lines, so I'll have to keep playing with that and see how I like that. And I also have not used on my eyes either. I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of weird about using cream things on my eyes, even though I use shadow sticks. I don't know. So this was, I got this from Credo, and it does say the price on the packaging, which is interesting. It's the set, they're $36 for 3 or $14 for 1, so you save a little bit if you get the set. I would just kind of look and see if you're interested in these, like the shades, because they're all obviously like the natural kind of shades. There's no like bold, like unusual colors of them. So, and these are actually, the balmy is it's basically they just took the actual lipstick out of the packaging, and that's what these are. So they kind of look tiny, but if you think about it, if you roll up a lipstick, that's about how big it is. So that's where the inspiration from these came from, I suppose. And then, like I said, the thing is just paperboard. There's no plastic, so you can just throw it in the recycling, or if you compost, you can put it in there. So I do like these. I don't know if I would like go out of my way to get more shades, because I do like the shades that I have. So yeah, if you like, and they have like the highlighter shades too, like the one in here. And then this one is the one called Frosting. That's a whiter highlight color, so you can use those as highlights or as eyeshadow. Maybe this one will be good as an inner corner highlighter, like the brow bone, So I would check these out if you're interested, and they are on Credo and then also on Axiology's website. If I have like discount things for any of these, I'll leave it linked below. Most of these are going to be like, I think I only have one for Root and for Credo, but it's not like an affiliate code. It's a referral thing. So like if you sign up with my link, I get like reward points, and then when you sign up, you get 1 to share as well. So it's not like they're paying me to do this, you know what I mean? What's next? So I guess I'll talk about the Root stuff since I'm wearing it today. So I have 4 products from them. These are in the Pretty Forever jars. So they've kind of always had like loose powder products, but they just recently came out with these called Pretty Forever jars, and this bottom part is glass, and then this top is a pretty like substantial plastic-y kind of, but you can reuse these over and over again. So this little stopper comes out, and they sell little refill like sachets of whatever the product is, and I think pretty much all of their loose powder products, even like their dry shampoo, they have a refill packet of, so you can just pop this out, and they said to take like an old gift card or credit card or something and pry it out of there. And then you can refill this little thing instead of having to buy a new plastic pouch. And their sachets are like biodegradable, the cellulose kind of thing, so not plastic. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I picked up their powder foundation, the bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. So I put them on today. It had been a little while since I'd used them, so I wanted to give myself a little refresher on what I thought. This one is the Pearl Powder Mineral Foundation, and I am in the shade N2. So this little sticker is like when I got it, so I can remember how old stuff is. And this powder, I was kind of intimidated at first. It's a little squeaky. But it does have a bit of shimmer to it. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see. You see like inside the pink part where it's a little shimmery. But I was like, oh man, that's going to look like a highlighter on my face. But I mean, I'm wearing it today. I didn't put any like setting powder or any setting spray or anything on over top of it. So, and I only put the highlighter like, you know, here. Kind of looking at it like before I put like bronzer and stuff on, I was like, wow, I look kind of ghostly, but I'm like, oh, I am ghostly. So they say you can use this wet or dry, and if you use it wet, it's kind of more of a full coverage. But I just took my concealer and then like concealed like my under eyes and any spots that I had, and then I put this over top of it. I used this Eco Tools brush. I'm pretty sure that this is called the Domed Bronzer Brush, but the name wrote off. It says ZER, so I'm pretty sure that means bronzer. I don't even know if this is available or not anymore, but I use this for powder foundation because it's really dense and kind of bigger, so you can really like get over an area quicker. And the concealer, I didn't put it like all over my face, just on spots, and I do still have a redness even though there's not like a spot somewhere, and I feel like it kind of evened out all that. Like I've got a friend popping up right here. I felt it when I was putting primer on. You can like barely see it like raised up right there, but it covered up like, you know, pretty much. There's like a little bit maybe here that, but I mean, it's, you know, for a powder foundation, used to be like, I thought powder foundations really didn't do anything, but this is pretty good. And also it is kind of a dupe for this foundation that I used to use a while back when my acne scars were really, really bad. They've lightened up just a little bit. It was the It Cosmetics Celebration Elimination Foundation, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And that product unfortunately is not vegan, so I couldn't continue to buy it anymore. It had collagen or something in it. But when I wore that, it gave me this like natural glow kind of, and people would compliment my skin instead of my makeup, and which, coming from somebody who had severe cystic acne, complimenting my skin, it's like, this is a product. But I was never able to find a dupe for that until this. So definitely recommend if you're looking for something similar to that effect of like the illuminating, but it's not like, it doesn't look like I just dumped a bunch of highlighter on either. It's like a natural glow kind of. And it's a powder too, because I don't particularly like the dewy, like tacky dewy finish, you know, but touching this, it's like, it's a powder. It's not, you know, it's not that I didn't set my foundation or I put on a glowy product or glowy liquid product. It's like a, you know, it's not going to transfer or anything. So how many times can I touch my face? Just don't touch your eyes or nose or mouth. The next one is this bronzer. It is the Light Bronze Mineral Powder. So don't look at my face because I put this on and I didn't think it did enough, so I went in with another bronzer. It is pretty shimmery as well. I mean, it's not really like glittery shimmery, but it's like kind of the same effect of the foundation. However, it's like, they say on the site that it's like a warm bronze, but it looks very cool to me. And it did not really warm up my face. It kind of like, I put it here where I usually do bronzer, and it just did like the contour effect. So I would probably just only use this as a contour. Yeah, I don't know, it didn't really work for me. Maybe like the next shade up, even though I'm like super fair, I feel like sometimes the lightest shade of bronzer doesn't do much for me, so. And then I have the Mineral Blush in Cheyenne. I almost dumped this because there's a lot of excess product on the top there. Oopsie, I dumped it. This is kind of like a peach toned blush, and I am wearing this one today, even though you can't really see it because of that bronzer. But this has a lot more of a concentration of shimmer in it than the bronzer and everything. And it is a decent color. However, when you, like, the more you blend it, the more the shimmer kind of shows up. So that's kind of the only problem that I have with it. I thought it was going to be like a really pigmented at first. It's kind of like tricky knowing how a loose powder is going to perform, like, because sometimes they can be a little scary, like you're going to get way too much product. But these I feel like are kind of beginner friendly with the powders. You can just swirl it in there and then like tap off the excess and then keep going back in and building it up instead of, you know, having to get way too much. And the last thing from Root is this Rose Glow Illuminator. So I swear that I got the white gold because that's the one everybody talks about, but I ended up with the rose gold. And that's what I ordered though. They didn't like mess it up or anything. So, but this is a really, really shimmery, and this one I think would look, see, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure how it would look on medium skin tones because it has the undertone to it. Let me swatch it. It has a very light pink, like undertone color. So it kind of almost looks like a blush. Even though I am so fair, I probably wouldn't be able to use that as a blush. It's a little bit too light, but it has definitely a pink in there. It looks like maybe the sparkle is kind of gold when I'm looking at it reflected against the light. So I think it's okay on me. I am wearing it on top, but it kind of blended in with the blush. So I'm not sure. Let me know if you have tried any of these, if you have like a different skin tone to me, if these work for you. Or, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be interested to try other ones though, because I feel like kind of wasteful now that like these probably wouldn't be like everyday staples. Like I don't think I would run through, maybe the foundation, but like the blush and the bronzer and everything, I wouldn't like run through them, so I wouldn't need the refills all the time. But, you know, so what I said in my original video, I kind of still feel like, that Root has a specific target audience. And that audience would like this fresh, glowy makeup, like pink lipstick and just a little bit of like a brown in the crease, and that's it, you know. That's not me. I prefer like the bold looks, the matte full coverage foundation, like, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't think I am Root's like target market. So that's why I kind of am not like rushing out to try their other stuff, you know what I mean? Which that's okay, like you don't have to like, not that I feel like I'm digging myself in the hole, but it's not like you don't have to like every brand that you come across. Like some brands just aren't for you, and that's okay. But I do really appreciate their like eco-friendly efforts and having like the refillable things that's, you know, less plastic and less glass waste. Even like glass is more technically eco-friendly than plastic, but glass takes a lot more energy to recycle than plastic, so just keep that in mind. All right, then on to the last two things. These are from Aether Beauty. So the first one is this Crystal Charged Cheek Palette, and I got the shade Rose Quartz. So they have two colors of this. They have this one and one that's darker, that's for darker skin tones. And this packaging, if you haven't seen this before, they are totally recyclable. There is no mirror or magnet. That's why it's closed with this little elastic thing. And this is all just cardboard except for the pans, so you can pop those out if you happen to finish it up or if it goes bad or something, and then pop those out and then just cut this elastic off and then put the whole thing in the recycling. So there are 3 shades in this. I really like this highlighter. It is a different kind of like similar vibe to that Root one. But this one has a little bit chunkier shimmers in it, and I think it shows up better as well. And then this blush, I kind of go for this middle one more than this brighter one. These have shades. I think these actually have shade names, but it was on a little over sheet in here and I just took it off. Oh, it says on the back, duh. So this is Heart, this is Compassion, this is Self-Love. So this one I would prefer. I think it goes a little bit better with like the kind of looks I do. I don't really do like pinky kind of stuff with this one, but I mean, I would use it just very lightly. And these colors can, especially if you're like my skin tone, like hello, that's really bright, but you can shear these out really easily and get, you know, something suitable for lighter skin tones, or they're pigmented enough to where this would work for definitely medium skin tones. Maybe dark could use this as well, but if you are darker or like the darker side of medium, I would recommend the other shade of this palette. And this is the Aether Joshua Tree palette. So if you haven't seen this, this is what the shades look like. So these are all, I wouldn't call these pure mattes, like chalky kind of. They are more of like have a satin sheen to them just because of the ingredients. But I am wearing it today. You can kind of see it through my glasses, but I'm wearing this purple, this peach one, and then the orange one. And then I have this one on the lid. I mostly gravitate toward like this half of the palette. I don't really go for the darker ones. I am wearing the black as a kind of a liner today. I just took a really skinny brush and draw that on my upper lash line. But this palette, this formula is really easy to blend, but it can also be too easy to blend. So if you like work too hard at it, it'll kind of start disappearing. So you kind of have to put it down and then just blend a little bit and leave it alone. But I do appreciate that this is a natural beauty brand that has bold colors. This is what I like. I wouldn't really go for like a neutral palette, you know. I have like I don't think I have a neutral palette. I mean, maybe the Elf Opposites Attract is kind of neutral-ish, but I probably wouldn't get one that had like just brown tones and like some shimmers in it, you know. And I don't feel like I would need any additions to this to make a look with. I could do, you know, pretty much anything. Today I did put a little bit of a shadow stick in my inner corner for a highlighter, but remember back in the day when, kind of around when I first started YouTube, like the big thing, everybody, when they reviewed an eyeshadow palette, it had to be a quote-unquote standalone palette. So it had to have like a black for liner, it had to have a white for the brow bone, it had to have a transition color, otherwise it was trash. So I don't know where that came from or like why people thought that, but it's like, if you're into makeup, you're gonna have more than one palette. So if it doesn't have those shades, you can just get another palette, you know. But this one, I feel like you can really get like a look with it. You don't really need, just because it has that sheen to it, it's not pure matte like I said, so you can get a multitude of looks out of this, and I don't feel like I need a shimmer with it. So that was it for this video. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about these products or you want to see anything about them more in detail or maybe in demos, and let me know if you have any products that you've tried recently that are like in the eco-friendly kind of. I am not like solely focused on buying quote-unquote natural makeup, because I kind of, a lot of times that's just like a buzzword or like, you know, something they say to get you to buy it. That's about it. Let me know what you think and give this video a thumbs up if that was interesting, and subscribe so you don't miss any other ones, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.